What happens when a YouTuber with billions of views decides to spend his fortune on cars? The result exceeds all expectations. Over the past few years, Jimmy Donaldson, known as MrBeast, has assembled a supercar collection that would make even Arab sheiks jealous. But the most mind-blowing discovery awaits you at the end of this story, a secret car that he's never shown publicly, but which cost him more than some people earn in their entire lifetime. If you're interested in these kinds of stories, please subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps with channel growth. It all started with a simple 2012 Toyota Camry. Nothing special, just a regular sedan in metallic grey that Jimmy bought for $15,000 at the beginning of his YouTube career. Back then, he couldn't even imagine that in a few years his garage would transform into a real showcase of the planet's most expensive automobiles. Interestingly, he still keeps that Camry, not as nostalgia, but as a reminder of his modest beginnings. The first real supercar appeared in his collection in 2019, when his channel crossed the 20 million subscriber mark. Jimmy decided to celebrate this by buying his dream car, but the choice was unexpected. Instead of buying the most expensive Lamborghini model, MrBeast settled on a Huracan Spider for $287,000. Why this particular model? The answer lay in his content creation philosophy. I needed a car that looked stunning on camera, but at the same time reliable enough for filming, he admitted in an interview. This yellow beauty with a V10 engine producing 630 horsepower became a real star of his videos. The 0 to 60 acceleration in 3.2 seconds made every ride an adrenaline rush. But the most interesting part, Jimmy modified the car specifically for filming, installing additional cameras and sound equipment inside, which cost another $45,000. Jimmy flew to Los Angeles specifically to look at the car, but the dealer initially refused to sell it, not believing that a 21-year-old guy could afford such expenses. He had to show his bank statement right on the spot. Jimmy had never driven a supercar before, and for the first 10 minutes, he drove at 25 miles per hour on the highway until he got used to the car's power. The salesman joked that he'd never seen anyone buy a Lamborghini and drive it like a Honda Civic. This Huracan also became the first car Jimmy used for charity. He organized a giveaway where the winner got to ride in it for a whole day, along with $10,000 cash. Next came the BMW E8 for $147,500, a hybrid supercar that looked like it came from the year 2050. The scissor doors, space-age design, and hybrid powertrain made it perfect for videos about future technology. Jimmy didn't buy this car randomly. It became the centerpiece of his video, I Bought a Car from the Future, which got over 150 million views. The profit from this video more than covered the car's cost. Jimmy was fascinated by this car's technology. He was especially impressed by the i8 scissor doors. For the first 2 weeks, he'd open and close them just for fun. In one interview, he joked, I felt like Batman, but with a less dramatic origin story. The BMW i8 also became the MrBeast team's favorite car for traveling to filming locations. Its fuel efficiency, around 47 miles per gallon in hybrid mode, made it ideal for long trips between shoots. The most interesting experiment with the E8 was testing its electric mode. Jimmy drove 23 miles purely on electric power, moving almost silently through the city. It was like driving a ghost, he joked later. Modifications for filming included a special interior lighting system that synchronized with music in videos, and additional USB ports for charging all the camera equipment. These modifications cost $12,000, but made the car the perfect mobile office. The 2020 Nissan GT-R for $113,540 became the most used car in MrBeast videos. Because it combines incredible speed with relative reliability, and the perfect combination for content creation. This grey Godzilla with a V6 twin-turbo engine producing 565 horsepower accelerates to 60 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds. Jimmy used it in numerous challenges, including the famous video, I'll give this car to whoever wins the race, where the winner actually received the GT-R keys. Jimmy initially planned to buy a Ferrari, but a friend convinced him to try the GT-R on a test drive. After 15 minutes behind the wheel, the decision was made. He bought the car on the spot without even haggling over the price. It was in this GT-R that Jimmy set his personal speed record, 178 miles per h, on a closed track under professional supervision. This moment made it into one of the channel's most popular videos. Jimmy considers the GTR's electronic systems its most amazing feature. The car is equipped with 27 different sensors that constantly monitor everything, from tire temperature to the load on each wheel. It's like driving a computer with wheels, he marveled. Jimmy purchased the fastest production Tesla, a Model S Plaid with triple electric motors producing 1,020 horsepower for $129,990. This car can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds, making it faster than most internal combustion supercars. The Tesla became Jimmy's favorite car for daily use. Autopilot allows him to work on scripts during trips, and the huge range of 390 miles is perfect for long journeys between filming locations. Elon Musk personally gifted Jimmy a modified version of this Tesla with a signature and special MrBeast livery. Jimmy became one of the first YouTubers to fully switch to electric vehicles for daily use. He installed a Tesla supercharger station at his office and encourages his entire team to use electric transportation. What impressed Jimmy most was the instant response of electric motors. When you press the accelerator in a Tesla, it responds faster than your brain can process. He shared his impressions. The most impressive experiment with a Tesla was testing Ludicrous Plus mode. In this mode, the car heats the batteries to optimal temperature and delivers maximum power. The first acceleration was so intense that Jimmy compared it to being catapulted from an aircraft carrier. The Tesla also became the first car Jimmy used to test autonomous driving. During a trip from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, the car drove itself 89% of the way, allowing Jimmy to work on video editing right on the road. The red Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat for $71,490 is pure adrenaline on wheels. The 6.2-litre supercharged V8 produces 717 horsepower, turning every ride into a real test for nerves and rubber. Jimmy bought this car after seeing it burn rubber in a car video. "I needed a car that sounds like the apocalypse," he joked. The Hellcat lived up to expectations. Its roar can be heard from a mile away. This car became the star of several video challenges, including who can stay in a burning car longest, of course, with all safety measures. The Hellcat was also used for sound effects in videos. Its engine was recorded separately to create more dramatic soundtracks. The most epic story with the Hellcat happened during one video shoot. Jimmy decided to show how the car burns rubber, but overestimated his skills. Instead of a controlled burnout, the car went into a spin and almost crashed into the set decorations. After this incident, all car stunts are performed by a professional stunt driver. Up to 3,000 RPM, the engine behaves quite calmly, but after the supercharger kicks in, it transforms into an uncontrollable beast. "It's like driving two different cars in one," Jimmy described his feelings. Jimmy also modified the Hellcat for filming, installing a 150 horsepower nitrous oxide system. This raised the total power to over 850 horsepower, making the car even more explosive. The system was only used on the track under professional supervision. The Chevrolet Camaro SS1LE for $44,500 is the most affordable supercar in Jimmy's collection, but that doesn't make it any less special. 455 horsepower from a 6.2-litre V8 and track-tuned suspension make this car a real sports car. The Camaro was the first car Jimmy let his friends drive in videos. Maybe because it's the least expensive in the collection, or maybe because American muscle cars forgive more mistakes than European supercars. The most memorable moment with the Camaro was the 24 hours in a car video, where Jimmy and his friends spent a full day in the car creating content. The Camaro turned out to be the most comfortable for such experiments thanks to its spacious interior. Jimmy also used the Camaro for charity events, taking children from orphanages on rides. When you see a child's joy from riding in a sports car, you understand that the money wasn't spent in vain, he shared. The biggest attention is drawn to cars that appear in MrBeast videos, but don't belong to him personally. For filming the legendary video, $1 versus $100 million car, the team assembled an incredible collection. Rezvani Vengeance, CAC, a $300,000 armored vehicle capable of withstanding grenade explosions. Jimmy rented it for a week specifically for the video, paying $15,000 for rental plus $50,000 insurance. This beast weighs over 3 tons and can accelerate to 60 mph in 3.9 seconds, despite the armor. The most epic part of testing the Vengeance was shooting at it with automatic weapons. The car withstood 200 7.62mm bullets without interior damage. Jimmy was so impressed that he started planning a video about the world's most protected vehicles. Floating Jeep Wrangler, a $500,000 custom version that can travel on water at 43 miles per hour. This unique vehicle was created specifically for the video by Watercar Company. Its development took 2 years. The most difficult part of filming with the floating Jeep was getting permits from the Coast Guard. Jimmy spent a month processing all documents and hiring professional divers for safety. Flying Car Aeromobile, a $600,000 hybrid of car and airplane. Jimmy spent a month getting permission to film with this machine, since it's classified as an experimental aircraft. The most nerve-wracking moment of filming was flying at 1,000 feet. Jimmy admitted he'd never been afraid of heights until he found himself in a flying car. When you realize there's only air beneath you and you're sitting in a car with wings, it changes your perspective, he recounted. Ferrari 812 Competizione, AT $500 $7,000 of Italian perfection, with a V12 engine producing 830 horsepower. This car had to be rented from a private collector for $8,000 per day. The Ferrari owner agreed to rent only after signing a $2 million insurance contract and providing a professional driver. Jimmy was allowed to sit behind the wheel only during filming and exclusively on a closed track. McLaren 720 S ATU, $299,000 of British engineering mastery. The twin-turbo V8 engine produces 710 horsepower and accelerates the car to 60 mph in 2.9 seconds. Jimmy considers the McLaren's aerodynamics its most impressive feature. The car literally sticks to the road at high speeds thanks to active aerodynamics. It's like driving a jet fighter on wheels. He described his feelings. Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, $517,000, the most powerful production Lamborghini with a 770 horsepower V12 engine. A limited version in unique Verde Scandal color was used for the video. This Aventador set a Nürburgring track record among production cars. Jimmy was so impressed by its capabilities that he started planning his own trip to the famous German track. But that's not all. According to sources close to Jimmy, his collection includes several more cars that rarely appear on camera. Bugatti Chiron, yes. MrBeast really has one of the world's fastest cars for $3.26 million. This hypercar, with a quad-turbo W16 engine producing 1,479 horsepower, can accelerate to 261 mph. Jimmy bought it in 2022, but keeps it away from cameras due to insurance and security. The Chiron is stored in a special underground garage with temperature and humidity control. The car is started only once a month to maintain all systems in working condition. Jimmy admitted that sometimes he just sits in it, imagining future videos. Koenigsegg Regera, $1.9 million of Swedish perfection. This hybrid hypercar with a unique transmission without gears can develop 1,500 horsepower. Jimmy purchased it at a Barrett-Jackson auction, overpaying $200,000 due to bidding emotions. The most unique feature of the Regera is the absence of a traditional transmission. Instead, it uses a direct drive system with electric motors for starting. Jimmy described the feeling as driving a spaceship. Pagani Huayra, $2.4 million of Italian art. Each Pagani is hand-built over several months. Jimmy ordered his in specification with carbon fiber body and golden interior details. The Pagani ordering process took 8 months. Jimmy personally visited the factory in Italy, where he chose every interior detail. This isn't just buying a car, it's creating art, he said about the experience. McLaren Pone, $1.15 million, one of the holy trinity of hypercars, along with LaFerrari and Porsche 918. The hybrid powertrain produces 903 horsepower and provides incredible dynamics. Jimmy bought the Pone from a famous collector who agreed to sell only after a personal meeting and long conversation. He wanted to make sure the car would go to good hands, Jimmy explained. Jimmy also invested in several unique custom projects. MrBeast's monster truck, FI9, $180,000, specially built monster truck with channel logos. This giant, with 5-foot diameter wheels, appeared in several videos about extreme competitions. Construction took 4 months at a specialized factory in Texas. The most epic moment with the monster truck was crushing a line of cars. Jimmy set up 20 old cars in a row and drove over them with the monster truck. The video got over 200 million views in the first month. Golden Lamborghini, here a standard Huracan covered with real 24-karat gold. The gilding process cost $85,000 and took 2 months. Each body part was covered by hand with the thinnest gold sheets. The most difficult part of the project was preserving all functional elements. Ventilation holes, headlights, and other details had to be covered so as not to disrupt their operation. Tesla's Cybertruck prototype, dubbed as, Jimmy was among the first to get access to the test Cybertruck. He spent $25,000 on modifications, including a special lighting system for night filming. The most impressive Cybertruck experiment was testing its unbreakable windows. Jimmy organized a series of tests with various projectiles, including baseballs, bricks, and even aluminum balls. The windows withstood everything except a hammer, just like at the Tesla presentation. But Jimmy's biggest secret isn't just one car, it's an entire collection of classic American automobiles that he keeps in a separate garage. This collection includes a 1967 Shelby GT 500 Eleanor valued at $1.2 million, an exact replica of the car from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. Jimmy spent an entire year searching for an original example with the correct body number and authentic parts. A 1970 Plymouth Cuda worth $850,000, a rare version with the 440 six-pack engine. Jimmy found this car abandoned in a Kansas farmer's barn and spent $200,000 on a full restoration. A 1969 Dodge Charger RT, valued at $650,000, the legendary muscle car from the Fast and the Furious. Jimmy bought it at a Barrett-Jackson auction after an intense bidding war with other collectors. A 1963 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, worth $780,000, the first year of the iconic Corvette generation. The car still has its original paint and interior, which makes it especially valuable. Jimmy bought these cars both as an investment and as a tribute to American automotive history. He's planning to create a classic car museum, but for now, that idea is still in the works. Jimmy also uses his cars for charity on a regular basis. In the past 2 years, he has given away 15 cars to college graduates, mostly Honda Civics and Toyota Corollas, for students from low-income families. 8 Teslas to families with special needs, all Model Y vehicles with extra modifications for wheelchair access. 12 pickup trucks to small business owners, including Ford F-150s and Chevrolet Silverados, to help new entrepreneurs get started. 5 supercars to contest winners, including a Lamborghini Huracan and a McLaren 570S. The total value of the cars he's given away is over $2.8 million. The most touching story was when he gifted an adapted Tesla Model X to a mother of 3 children with autism. Jimmy personally installed special seat belts and a calming light system. When you see technology improving people's lives, you understand the real value of money, he said. To maintain his collection, Jimmy hired a team of 5 specialists. Head mechanic, salary $120,000 per year. Mike Rodriguez, former NASCAR team mechanic with 20 years of supercar experience. He personally controls the technical condition of each car. 2. Auto detailers, $65,000 per year each. The Johnson brothers, who specialize in caring for exclusive cars. Each car is washed and polished twice a week. Collection manager, $95,000 per year. Sarah Chen, former Sotheby's auction house employee who keeps records of all cars, their documents and insurance policies. Security specialist, $70,000 per year. Tom Brown, former police officer, responsible for garage security and car escort during filming. The team works 24/7, ensuring perfect collection condition. Each car undergoes weekly inspection, including checking all fluid levels, tire pressure, and battery condition. Interestingly, Jimmy views his car collection not just as a hobby, but as an investment strategy. Most of his cars either appreciate in value, especially limited models, or generate profit through video content. For example, the Ferrari 812 Competizione he bought for $507,000 now costs over $650,000 due to discontinued production. The McLaren Pone appreciated from $1.15 to $2.2 million over 3 years of ownership. The most profitable investment was the Lamborghini Huracan USC. Thanks to videos featuring it, Jimmy earned over $2 million, which is 7 times the car's value. According to experts, Jimmy's collection grows in value by 12 to 15% annually, making it one of the most profitable investments in his portfolio. And finally, that same secret car we mentioned at the beginning, 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe, $142 million. Yes, you read that right. This is the most expensive car ever sold at auction, and Jimmy became its owner in May 2023. This unique car is one of 2 existing prototypes, named after Mercedes chief engineer Rudolf Uhlenhaut. It's equipped with a 3-litre inline 8-cylinder engine, producing 310 horsepower, and can reach speeds over 180 mph. The story of this purchase is stunning. The auction took place in strict secrecy at Mercedes-Benz headquarters in Stuttgart. Jimmy participated in bidding online from his office in North Carolina, while his representative was personally present at the auction. The starting price was $50 million, but in 15 minutes of bidding, the price rose to a record $142 million. Jimmy defeated 5 other contenders, including an Arab prince and a Russian oligarch. Why did Jimmy buy this particular car? This isn't just a car, it's a piece of automotive history. I want to preserve it for future generations, he said in an exclusive interview. The 300 SLR participated in the 1955 Mille Miglia race, where it showed phenomenal results. After the tragic Le Mans accident that same year, Mercedes stopped participating in motorsport, and this car became one of the last witnesses to the golden era of racing. This purchase made MrBeast's collection one of the most valuable private car collections in the world, with a total value of over $170 million. MrBeast's car collection isn't just a display of wealth. It's a business tool, investment strategy, means for charity, and passion that inspires millions of people worldwide to dream bigger. From a modest Toyota Camry to the most expensive car in history, Jimmy's journey shows that with persistence, creativity, and the right strategy, incredible heights can be reached. His collection continues to grow, and we can only guess what surprise awaits us next. One thing remains constant. Every car in his collection has its own story, its own purpose, and its own contribution to creating content that brings joy to millions of people around the world. Jimmy proved that cars can be not only transportation or status symbols, but also tools for creating positive changes in the world. Through his collection, he inspires young people to achieve more, supports charities, and creates jobs for dozens of people. Perhaps this is the true value of his collection, not in the price of the cars, but in the positive impact it has on society. If you're interested in stories like these, please subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps with channel development.